Okay, so we've talked a little bit about quadrilaterals in general, and now we're going into the more specifics, parallelograms, and even more specific, the rectangle. Okay, later we'll talk about the rhombus, and then we'll talk about the square, which is our most specific parallelogram. It's the one that has the most parts that have to be particular a certain way in order to make that. So here we go. We're going to use the properties of the rectangle to figure out some stuff about this rectangle. Let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see the whole diagram. Okay, so the coach is making the basketball team run a new drill along the diagonals of the court as shown. If BC is 94 and FC is 106.5 feet, find DG. So we know this is 94, and we know that FC is 106.5, and we're looking for DG, this length right here. Okay, because it's a rectangle, we know the diagonals are congruent to each other. We know that from B to D is the same length as from F to C. So we know BD is 106.5 as well. We're looking for G to D. So we're going to be looking at BD, which as we just stated is 106.5. So let me clean some of this up really quick. And we're going to go this way with our 106.5 because we know that that is the same length. Okay. Now, because it is a rectangle, we also know that in our parallelograms, diagonals bisect each other. So we know that from B to G has to be the same length as from G to D. We know those two have to be the same. So we can take 106.5 and cut it in half to figure out what G to D is. So what that looks like is we take DG plus BG, and that has to equal BD. So we know that has to equal 106.5. We know that BG is the same as DG, so we replace it with DG. So we have two DGs. We have twice the length of DG. So twice what we're trying to find is equal to the whole thing. So we take our whole thing and we divide it by 2, which is what we just discussed, and we get 53.25 feet. So from here to here is 53.25 feet. And that's what we were asked to find. One last thing, what does point G represent in the context of this problem? So looking at this diagram, what is point G? Write that down in your notes and have it ready to go for later.